parents charged me rent while my siblings lived free, so I evicted them from my life. I turned 18 and my parents immediately started charging me $600 a month to live at home. Said it was to teach me responsibility and prepare me for the real world. I was still in high school, working part-time at a grocery store making minimum wage, but they insisted. Every month, first of the month, they wanted their money. I barely had anything left after paying them, but figured this was just how it worked when you became an adult. I paid every single month through the rest of senior year. Then I noticed something weird. My brother Jason turned 18 6 months after me. No rent. My parents said he was focusing on his music and didn't need the stress. He sat in his room playing video games all day and sometimes messed around on his guitar for 20 minutes. They bought him a new amplifier for his birthday that cost $2,000. My sister Ashley turned 18 a year later. No rent for her either. She was apparently too busy with her influencer career. She had 400 followers on TikTok and posted maybe once a week. My parents bought her a ring light and a new phone to help her content creation. Meanwhile, I was working full-time after graduation, going to community college at night and still paying $600 a month. When I asked why only I paid rent, my mom said I was the responsible one who could handle it. My siblings needed more support to pursue their dreams. I kept paying while Jason's music career consisted of playing one open mic night where he forgot the words. Ashley's influencer career peaked at 500 followers despite my parents paying for professional photos. Then my parents raised my rent to $800. Said costs were going up and I had a full-time job now so I could afford it. Jason had never worked a day in his life at 20 years old. Ashley worked one shift a week at a boutique for the employee discount, but I was the one paying more. The real kicker came when I overheard my parents talking about their finances. They were putting my rent money directly into savings accounts for Jason and Ashley. My rent was literally funding my siblings' future while I couldn't save a penny. They called it their education funds, even though neither sibling was in school. Jason had dropped out of community college after one semester, and Ashley never even applied. I was taking night classes and paying my own tuition. When I confronted them, they said Jason and Ashley weren't as capable as me. They needed the financial cushion more. I was smart enough to make it on my own. That's when I learned my parents had been telling everyone I was living at home rent-free, mooching off them. They made themselves look like saints supporting their adult child while I was actually paying them $800 a month. My extended family thought I was a loser taking advantage of my parents. At family dinners, my aunt would make comments about me needing to grow up and support myself. My parents never corrected her, so I decided to play their game. I went to them and said they were right. I needed more responsibility. Asked them to write up a formal lease agreement so I could build rental history for my credit. They thought this was excellent adulting and wrote up this official-looking lease with terms and conditions. They were so proud of teaching me about contracts, even took a photo with me signing it to post about their responsible parenting. Here's what they didn't realize. In our state, once you have a lease, you have tenant rights, and they'd just violated about 15 of them. No proper notice for rent increase, no receipt system for payments, no maintenance agreements, no security deposit documentation. They'd been entering my room without notice, using my bathroom when theirs was occupied, taking food I bought without permission. All violations. I started documenting everything. Every time my mom entered my room to borrow something without asking. Every time my dad used my laptop without permission. Every time they gave Jason or Ashley money while telling me to pay more. The lease they wrote said quiet enjoyment of the premises. Hard to enjoy when Jason practiced his guitar badly at midnight directly above my room. The lease said access to common areas. Hard to access when Ashley spread her photography equipment all over the living room every day. I sent them formal written complaints about each violation. They laughed at first, thought I was being dramatic. Then I stopped paying rent. Told them I was withholding it due to unaddressed lease violations, which was my legal right as a tenant. They lost their minds and demanded the money. I offered to pay if they fixed the violations. They said they didn't have to fix anything in their own house. Cool. Then I didn't have to pay. They tried to kick me out, but I showed them the lease they wrote. They'd have to formally evict me, which would take months. They'd have to go to court and explain why they were evicting one child while the other two lived there free. They'd have to tell a judge about the savings accounts funded by my rent. They'd have to admit they'd been lying to everyone about me living free. The court records would be public. Everyone would know. My mom panicked and offered to reduce my rent back to $600. I countered with zero, same as my siblings. Full story on channel. Link below.